Hello and welcome to Alive with Amanda. We're going to kick off 2024 by talking about the Corporate Transparency Act. So if you haven't already seen information about this, I definitely recommend that you, one, watch this video, two, consume other information about this, and three, if you're really worried, really concerned, or really want to gather a lot of information, talk to a corporate lawyer or business lawyer so they can help guide you with this. So I've actually read some articles about this, and in preparation for this video, I watched some YouTube videos from lawyers explaining it. And so I will do my best to share what I have learned and what I plan on doing because this affects me and my businesses. And so I think it's really important for us to be prepared. So in 2024, there is a new act called the Corporate Transparency Act. And essentially what it means is if you have a corporation, whether you have an LLC, an S Corp, a single member, a corporation of some kind. There are some exemptions. So I'm not going to talk about all the intricacies because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all of the intricacies, but you want to make sure that if you do have probably an LLC, right, like most therapists do, or PLLC, depending on what state you're at, that you do need to register now with the Department of Treasury. You want to go to their site. I will put a link to directly there on this video. And you have to register the members of your business, okay? So this is anybody who has 25% or more ownership in your business. So if you have a complex business structure, maybe you have a large group practice, there's a lot of owners or members, you might want to, that's where you would want to talk to a lawyer about this to make sure that you are filing properly and correctly. So basically, you're going to want to gather information about your business, the legal name, if you're doing any DBAs, the general information about your business, your employee identification number, and then you have to gather personal information about the members or owners of the business. So that looks like their legal name, their street address. That's a very important, the residential address. That is a key component. And you also have to submit a copy of your driver's license or your passport. And so that's a really key component here, is that you have to make sure that that information is up to date regularly. That was one thing that I learned, that this isn't something you just go and do once. If you change your name, your address, your residential address, that has to be updated, or there are pretty stiff penalties around not updating this information. So if you have created your corporation, your business prior to 2024, you have 1 year from January 1st to January 1st of 2025 to register with the Department of Treasury. If you start your business in 2024, so if for whatever reason you didn't have an LLC or you're starting a new LLC, then you have 90 days to register your business and the members of your business. And so those are really two key dates to know. So if you started your business prior to 2024, so 2023, 22, blah, 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 you have 1 year to register with the Department of Treasury. If you started a business today, you have 90 days in order to register. And so that's really important, especially for anybody that has multiple businesses or multiple LLCs for whatever reason. We actually have multiple LLCs for our one business because we are beginning to break up our offices into different LLCs to reduce some liability there. And so we are going to go in and we're going to register all of our members for all of the businesses. So you want to gather the data that you need in order to do this. You can always, if you're unsure, maybe you registered your business a long time ago, you forget some of the little intricacies, go to your state website, pull that business information so you can make sure that that is all correct. I'm going to tell you how we're going to move forward with this, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes, who I'm sure has to also register their business. If you are looking for an electronic health record that's really full service, one that can help you run your private pay or your insurance-based practice, your in-person or your virtual practice, I highly recommend you check out TherapyNotes. Whenever people ask me about TherapyNotes, the thing that I always share is I love the reporting. Actually, in preparation for coming back to work after 2 weeks off, I spent some time in TherapyNotes pulling reports, looking at our year-end data, and that's what I love. That's my favorite thing. And especially for group practice owners, when you need more data to be able to run and predict your business, I really find it to be very robust. I'm able to sort through things like location, clinician, service type. There's just a lot of things that you can do to really understand where your revenue is coming from. And so I highly recommend you check out TherapyNotes. So I am going to create a list of the LLCs when they were originally established. I'm going to we have all the same members. It's my husband and I are the two members of the business. I'm going to gather all of our documentation. I'm going to gather our driver's license, which I have, but I'm still going to gather it. And I'm going to make sure that I have all of the information that they need, our address. I'm going to just put it all like in a sheet. I'm going to, because I don't have it organized that well right now. It's just like kind of in my head of when all this is. And I'm going to put it all down. We use Google Sheets. So I'm going to use Google Sheets, put it all in. And then I'm going to indicate whether we filed with the Department of Treasury. So then that way we can keep it up to date. And then we can just use that sheet if we know that there are new members for whatever reason, or we move our residential address, or my driver's license expires and I get a new one. They want a new copy of that. Then I'll put in there like when our driver's licenses expire. So then that way we can use that sheet really as a guide to be able to register both with our state, because we register our LLCs with the state, and to register with the Department of Treasury, because we want to be compliant. And you have to be compliant. This goes for everyone that has the eligible businesses, or they will fine you and you will get fined. So I hope that you really look into this. Like I said, I will put links below so you have some information on the Corporate Transparency Act, and that whether or not you want to give your personal information, what I learned is that information is not going to be public. So it's not like, when you register your business with the state, people can pull all of that information up. It's not going to be public information. So it's not like people are going to be able to go to the Department of Registry and pull up your personal address. It's not the purpose of that. They really are looking, what the essence of the act is that they're looking to make sure people are running legitimate businesses and they're not money laundering, and that they're doing, the members are doing what, I guess what they say they're doing. And so we won't get into all of that, but the purpose is not to put your personal information out there. So hope that can alleviate some fears. But again, if you need some extra guidance, definitely talk to a corporate lawyer. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon, everybody. Happy 2024. Bye.